Welcome back. Ghost Hunters is back, streaming right now on Discovery Plus, and here to tell us all about what you'll be able to see in these new episodes. Stephen and Jason are with us today. They're part of the TAPS team. So excited for both of them to be here today. How are you both? Thanks for being here.
We're good. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Jason, let's start with you. Tell me more about the TAPS team and about these new episodes.
Well, Ghost Hunter's been going since 2004. We ran for about 16 years. We decided to take some time off. We've been hanging out through the whole time, anyways, and we decided to start doing it again. This time in Discovery Plus. I mean, the streaming platform is it's phenomenal. It gives you the ability for the audio and the video to be that much more clear. People can watch any episode from any season they want, instantaneous, just with the click of a button. And we've just been having a blast doing what we love to do and putting it out there for all the fans.
Steve, you're a former police officer, but you've also been involved in investigating paranormal activity for many years. Tell me more about how you got your start and how it ties into what you did as a police officer.
Investigating the paranormal, it never really tied into my police work, although sometimes I would hear things. I remember specifically being in locations and hearing things and thinking, oh, I wonder what sort of job I'm at, right now, sort of pollinating the two. But it's more the other way, where police work sort of influenced my investigating of the paranormal more so than the other way around. But I find myself being a little more stringent on certain things, when I sort of talk to clients, or even when I'm reviewing evidence, that sort of thing. But I think it did influence my investigating a bit.
Jason, you have been investigating paranormal activity since 1990. In fact, you're a lead investigator for the U.S. government, for religious organizations, and more. What attracted you to this entire world, and what do you love the most about doing this?
Well, what attracted me, I had my own personal experience, which kind of took me as somebody who never thought about it and thrusted me into the field. I met Steve shortly after that. I mean, we've been like brothers for going on 30 years now. Really what attracted us was when Steve and I would go out and we'd try to research some of these things, there was just so much stuff thrown out that everything was a ghost, everything was the paranormal. And we didn't believe that. We believe over 80% of all claims can be disproved. So Steve and I, as guys who like to get our hands dirty, decided to start doing this on our own and seeing what we were able to figure out. And just looking for the real explanations. And who would have thought that TAPS would go, it's the top visited paranormal website in the world, over 90 million visitors. We get about 1,000 case requests a day. We've got 72 bases in the United States and 14 other countries. So, I mean, it's been mind blowing to see how big this world has really become, and just the part that we played in it.
Steve, education is a big part of what you do with paranormal activity. What is the largest misconception that you would say people have when they find out what you do as a paranormal investigator, educator, and how do you help solve and make those misconceptions go away so people can really understand the heart of what you do?
I think the biggest misconception would be people think it is just as they see on television. And what I mean by that are things like, they'll think that we go into a room for 5 minutes because on the show it seems like 5 minutes, but when we're really in that room, say for 5 or 6 hours at times, so but of course they can't show that. They show little clips of it, but we hear people all the time be like, you should have spent more time in that, that room. And it's like, well, you don't really know. Some people even get their wires crossed a little bit where they think that it's happening. We'll have people, hey, I see you're in Ohio this week. Let's get dinner. It's like, well, we filmed that 6 months ago. So
Yeah.
Those things I think are pretty fun to see, those misconceptions there.
Well, and on that, a lot of people don't realize. I mean, these cases we're at for weeks, and but it's cut down to 40 to 50 minutes as an episode. But I mean, we've been there a week to 2 weeks, if not more. So there's a lot of time spent at these locations.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably the biggest misconception, is people think they can go into a haunted location and have activity in, 30 minutes. And then they say, well, we were in there and nothing. But, they're starting to understand that it does take some time. Sometimes we get lucky, and you'll hear us say that on the episodes, wow, I can't believe it. We've only been in here for 20 minutes and already stuff is happening. And that's when we get really excited, because it is quite rare.
Jason, you've also written many best-selling books about paranormal activity, and you mentioned your website is extremely popular. What do you attribute to the popularity and to this renewed interest in paranormal activity that's happening right now?
Well, I think people want to know that there's something after this, that when we close our eyes for our last time here in this world, that there's something more. And people are looking for some sort of validation of that. A lot of people love to be armchair investigators. They like to investigate from the safety of their own home through us. And we respect that. And we're there for everybody. We just want to try to figure out what's going on and help as many as we can along the way.
Steve, I just
Every
have
case
a
is
few.
also
Go ahead.
every case is also a bit of a mystery, which I think is people like it, and they start to realize that they're going to go along a bit of a journey with us, not just see us investigating, looking for ghosts, which is what we do, but also unraveling the history and the mystery of the investigation in the case. And that's been really fun.
Well, thank you so much, Steve and Jason, for joining us today. Really appreciate this fascinating conversation about paranormal activity and ghost hunters. You can watch this show. It's streaming now on Discovery Plus. We thank Steve and Jason for their time today. We'll be back here on Mountain Connections with more right after this.